What's up, guys? I'm Philly. I woke up this morning and the amount of downloads that all of a sudden I couldn't even finish my coffee yet. I was almost feeling some type of way towards my spirit guides for this, but then I was like, maybe I had a dream about this and then just didn't remember, and this is leftover download residue from the dream. All right, but this is going to help a lot of people. And then I had this conversation with my dude because he's kind of like my recording device, because I don't remember a lot of shit because I had like head injuries. So when I had these conversations with him, it helps him heal, because we both had the same type of dynamic in our home with mothers who were hiding mental disturbance, we'll say. And what happens is, because I know that I'm probably going to be all over the place because it's a lot of information in a small amount of time. I didn't even open my third eye yet, okay? It was like the two useless ones were open, and then this was being dropped on me. And then as I was talking to my dude about this, more just kept, for those of you who really do get downloads, and not those of you, for those who watch other people's downloads and then create them and say them, take them as your own, and then create a channeled message, 1, 2, 3, not you, okay? For those of you who really get downloads and you're blown away by the timing or how fast they come and like, where is this information coming from? I'm talking to you. So, do parents, like, because most of all chosen ones, especially the 144,000 gods and goddesses, those who, when they're truly awakened to who they really are, they don't believe in a god outside of themselves because they know thyself. Not everybody on this planet is a god and goddess. Not everybody on this planet is human. So that whole thing, like, that's another toxic part of that doctrine where they say everybody's a child of God. Bull fucking shit. First of all, that may be true, because now those of us who are really awakened know who that God really is. I would say that most people on this planet, they are a child of that God, okay? Which is not the God we thought it was. But the other 104, the other 0.1000001% of us that are the awakened Heyokas on this planet, we are gods. And that is why we don't believe in a God outside of ourselves. Once we are truly, fully awakened, that don't even exist anymore. So, we came here to heal other people, 2, 3, 4, of this abuse that has happened, that has become generational curses over time. Was my question when I got up. And then when I put the radio on, I had to take the headphones off because I didn't want any distraction with the Ghost app or the radio, because I wanted to get this out first, because there's a lot of people who need healing. And then ironically, the song that was on was the Fray, How to Save a Life. That was the first song that was on. And so I do know that I'm saving people's lives. Those of us who are true healers, and we heal in very strange ways, we are saving people's lives, period. All right, now let's get into this. Do parents create punching bags? Like, did they create the punching bag of the scapegoat child? Now, normally it would be the mentally disturbed mother had a problem with the daughter because of jealousy. But there are mothers who, because they're mad at the fathers or their own father, they have that same dynamic with their sons. It's usually, though, like a mother-daughter thing or a father-son thing where the abuse happens. But some of us were lucky enough to have had it from both, okay? Do the parents... Oh, look what time it is. 5:55. I don't know if you can see that because it's like always blurry. Anyway. So the parents create the punching bag because they're mentally disturbed. They keep the scapegoat around. This is why they don't want you to actually like branch off and like fly pelican. They don't want you to do that because they need you as an anger release. It's literally like picturing yourself as a punching bag at a gym when somebody goes there to let off steam. That is the scapegoat, which is why obviously they call you the scapegoat, right? But while I was talking to my dude this morning about situations that was like blowing my mind, and I hope I can remember them now because I stopped writing at some point because what was coming out of me verbally was just like overwhelming. You know, it's like we saw the anger and the rage in certain parents as children, 444. We saw them slam doors. We saw them, I saw my mother grab a knife and hold it to her stomach in front of me while I was crying and tell me that she wanted to kill herself, you know. Like that doesn't do something to you as a child, right? So... And he has experienced these bouts of rage with his own mother. So it's crazy to me, though, how they will, after they want to put that fear into you, it makes them feel better. Oh, this is how it started. Thank you, spirit guides. I said to him when I woke up, I literally woke up, I was rubbing my eyes, and I go, you know what? And he's just looking at me. The train I just heard the train, so. Now, and I'm literally like, I don't even know if I was fully awake, and I just started getting into it immediately, just started running shit off. And I said, the narcissistic, mentally challenged, we'll say, parents were like your gang stalkers as a child. They were gang stalkers because gang stalkers are bullies. They're weak. They feed off of what they do to other people. Your parents were gang stalkers, all right? They just put a different name on it. So it's like when you're experiencing this in your home, you don't see it as bullying because it's mom or it's dad, and like, why would they do that to me? And then on top of it, what they do is they'll keep coming at you until they bring fear or you cry, because it makes them feel better to see that they got a reaction. They release that anger onto their child, which is like so unbelievably toxic and weak. But it happened and we need to heal from it, so we don't pass this on to our children. Irony is, a lot of the people who came for you guys, you were sent to heal them from this because it's so desperately needed, and they decided another route, and then ultimately their fate will be different as well. So now, how many of you have experienced, whether it was your mother or your father or both, that they would absolutely scream to the top of their lungs where you're like, this bitch's face looks different, like her head's taking a different shape, you know what I mean? And then now the only time that they feel bad is when they see you crying, because it's a psychotic thing where now they realize they got a reaction out of you. It's like that same thing as your narcissistic husband, wife, whatever. It's abuse. Once they see that they put the fear in you, now they want to come hug you and tell you, and then this is what they do. This is where the toxicity really gets heightened. They'll sit there and say to you, don't worry, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I don't know why you make me like that. Why do you bring this out in me? And then the whole time now, this is all you're around. So now it's like you're afraid of this parent. You're not supposed to be afraid of your parents. No, there's supposed to be a loving dynamic there, but a lot of these mothers should have never been mothers. You know, they made bad decisions. They spread their legs. Some of them did it because of some doctrine that you're supposed to have kids and get married. And that's another toxic ass part of that doctrine and the Matrix, because the Matrix knew that there was a lot of women and men that should have never been parents. You know, never. And then what happens is these mothers especially will spend so much time knocking other women's parenting skills that nobody sees the toxicity in their parenting skills. It is so horribly toxic. Some of them knew exactly what they were doing from day one, and others of them had no idea because they were being ran by something else. But it's like, it's only to the point where they realize that they got a reaction out of you that now they want to come and love bomb you. And that's where the confusion spell kicks in. That's where you're confused, because you're like, wait a minute, my mom loves me or my dad loves me. Now when you go outside, the only time that they really truly want to make something better is if a neighbor heard. So now the neighbor heard some yelling and some banging and slamming and shit and you crying, or somebody like another child or a family member happened to walk in and see. So now they have to like reorchestrate the manipulation here, right? They have to restage whatever they want somebody to think that they saw is what they will orchestrate and create now. Everything is a goddamn illusion with these psychopathic, sociopathic, narcopathic mothers. See, for me, I say mother because my mother was my biggest nemesis. She turned my father against me. My father, really, his anger was directed towards my mother, but he took it out on me. My dude's mother, her anger was really directed towards my dude's father, but she directed it towards him. Hence, the punching bag, hence the scapegoat. The shit is so horribly toxic, and every person on this planet has experienced this at one point. And then now, The kicker, here's the icing on the cake, is when they say to you, because they'll make you think that you're the reason that they got hyped up, right? It's always like, why did you do that? You know, my mom used to actually set up situations to yell at me. And I know some of you are going to resonate with this, right? 10-10, where she would put, if she knew, like, say I always ate the last of something. So then I was going out of my way not to eat the last of it because I saw one of her episodes and I'm like, I don't really want to see that color of her again. So then she would literally put something out, enticing me to eat it. And then the second I would eat it, she'd leave it out for days and I wouldn't touch it. And then after 4 or 5 days, I'm thinking, maybe she wants me to eat it and she just didn't tell me. So I'll eat it. Within seconds of me eating it, did you eat the last of? It's to create a problem. How many of you had parents that went out of their way to purposely create a situation where they could yell at you and get their rage out on you? You're toxic. We're healing from this shit. Because this world has become so horrible because of this constant toxic pattern and behavior from great-grandparent to grandparent to parent now, and then we carry this on. No. It's like they hated you. 1122. It's like they hated, right? Did you guys feel like your own parent, or if not both of them, actually just hated your ass? And that they just had to deal with you? And this is why specifically chosen ones are born into these families, so that you can break these soul ties and go ahead and free yourself, right? Another thing that I wanted to say, I guess I wrote this down when that whole leak thing was happening here, that I had to fix down here on my end because I had a bunch of dudes that don't know how to fix shit. They were trying to intentionally flood some shit, and now that shit's fixed. Because once you call corporate, you know, they don't want their property damaged. These people don't give a rat's ass about someone else's property because their intentions were to start a trafficking ring here and to have gangs move in here. Well, fuck if I'm going to let that happen. Now, what I said that day was, I said all of these people, this was to the dingbat 1222 who wanted to make the leak worse because you thought it was going to affect me and have me come out of pocket. And you thought I was going to leave. I told you, bitch, I'm not going nowhere until what I came here to do that you have no idea about, that I do, is finished. And then I leave. And that has nothing to do with whether you say that I leave. Okay. So anyway, this is what I said. I said to my dude, all of these people that this dude, this person that's supposed to be running shit here, managing shit here, all of these people that you sent towards me that I knocked down and whatever else happened to these people because you can't break someone who's unbreakable. And you didn't know one person? You didn't know one person that could actually come and say, yo, man, I can fix that for you because I'm your boy? So you're just surrounded by a bunch of fucking criminals and gang stalkers, and this is all you know? Not one of you dudes that walked on this property actually knew how to fix a fucking leaking toilet? I'm sorry. Is that really what happened? The irony is, the one who knew what to do, which would be this one here, the one who fixed the situation on their end, is the one that they were sending people to attack. And she just happens to be a woman. I mean, where are all the real men at, you guys? Where are you guys at? I know you're out there somewhere. But I mean, shit. I woke up this morning and saw on my YouTube timeline about a woman who was killed by her husband while holding her baby because she was filing a complaint on him. You motherfuckers are going bye-bye. Okay? You will not be treating women like this for long. Not if I'm still breathing. No, you won't. Because I'll come for you. In my own clever little way. Let's get into some shit here, right? I didn't want to be distracted by this morning's triggering healing message, but a lot of you guys are going to sit there, and what will happen is your guides won't even put shit in your dome piece until they know you're healed from it. So you'll be sitting there, and then all of a sudden you'll be thinking about a time when you were a kid where it's like, oh my God, my mom did this, and I forgot. Because it's a trauma bond, you know? You love your abusers. It's mom, it's dad. This must be normal. And you could even say some shit and they'll be like, oh, please, so-and-so's parents, they do the same. You know what they do over there? I hear them yelling and they make it seem normal and you feel like this shit is normal. Next thing you know, it's you're carrying this on, or you can't even have a healthy relationship. You're afraid to make a mistake because every time you do, it's blown up 1,000 by one of your parents. But it had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with how they felt about themselves. You get that? It had everything to do with how they felt about themselves, and the shit that they had happen with their parents, they're now taking out on you because there was no healing involved in these generations. So now it's just a constant passing of the buck. The same thing with toxic relationships. When we don't heal from toxic relationships, we carry that shit. It's no different, but they separated the parent thing from the relationship thing because why would your parents treat you like that, right? Yeah. All right. Well, let's just get into some shit here, okay, with the cards and see what messages they want to talk about. Role. I mean, that could be something that we just talked about here with the role model. They're supposed to be role models. We didn't really see much of that shit growing up. Now you guys are going to be the role models for this new earth. And these people trying to stop you when this is so desperately needed, they're either going to wind up literally like in a straitjacket trying to stop someone who can't be stopped, or they're going to wind up in the ground, or they're going to wind up in a jail cell with somebody that they didn't really want to choose as their roommate. You feel me? So this shit is like unbelievably crucial that we heal from this shit, man. It's too much. And I did not know no pain. Yeah, you guys aren't going to know any pain at all eventually. It's going to be a pain-free world. You're going to be pain-free, and then you're going to have conversations with people along your way, and you're going to wind up being placed in people's lives and situations intentionally that have the same shit happen to them so that you can now make them aware of what it was and that it's not your fault. It's not your fault, and it wasn't your parents' fault either. But it wasn't their say-so. It wasn't up to them to pass that shit on to you and to try to make themselves feel better. You know, Leah, mentor. Look, you're going to be expected to be mentors to people, to these kids especially, because it's even worse now because of all of this manipulation that they're doing with these towers and everything. So now it's like worse for these kids now than it was back then. That's probably why back then they created Mother's Little Helper, right? Because they needed help and they were too prideful to say that they needed help. So everything was, no, I can handle this. I got this. I can do this. I can do this, that, and the other one time, and I can vacuum on my head while cooking dinner. And it's like this constant competition. And then the kid doesn't get the love and the guidance that they're supposed to have because these mothers are so worried about what they look like as a mother and a wife to everybody else. And they should have been a mentor to you. Your mother and your father are supposed to be somebody that you look up to. You're supposed to be proud of who they are. You're not supposed to secretly have hatred and disdain for your parent. Rightfully so, too. Because now what happens is now, if the parent, if the mother especially wasn't doing some kind of black magic to try to get you to forget the shit that happened as a child, then what they do is they literally keep constantly making you out to be the scapegoat so that all you remember now is the shit that you did wrong. That's it. And do you know what this does? Well, I mean, a lot of you know because you're experiencing the effects of it, or you did in life before you're healing now. Supplier and extension. Well, I mean, shit, I don't know what that's about, but bring back memories, bring back. Yeah, you may be having some memories now at this point. Like once you get to a certain level of understanding where you're not going to now flip out and want to put a knife in your mother's heart, okay? The universe, your guides will actually like put worry. Your universe, the universe and your guides will actually put little bits of like the past in your dome piece. You may actually see some things in your dreams about some things that happen maybe with your mom, your father, or both, just so you can see how crucial it is to heal. All right, worry. There may be a lot of people worried. Knight of Cups, offering, look, love, mentor, offering information, offering healing and love, bringing balance into this world because there's too much imbalance here. I love this. That's amazing. Knight of Cups. To see you shine. Yep. You guys were the stars. And you know what? For a lot of you, like your mothers and your fathers, they seen this in you as a child. They seen that you were different. There was some kind of light about you. And if they already had this mental illness in them, carried on from like your grandparents, they never liked you. Just like these demons and these other people don't like you. It's no different. It's just harder to accept the fact that it would be your parent like that, right? 2020. Oh, thank you. Yeah, love. Offering love to this world because it so desperately needs it. She knew she was the baddest. Yeah, you know you're the baddest, Divine Feminine, especially. You and that nurturing love, but when you step up into your masculine and shit, you won't let anybody treat you a certain way, like, bitch, come get it kind of thing. You're a catch. Yeah, you're a catch. Catch and round. Let's see what's on here. Search, worry. Somebody may be worried that their actual search, that their search history is coming back around to them. Yeah, they're going to get caught. Catch. So they're going to catch somebody with something that they did through their search history. And let me pull on this, though. Who is this person that you're telling me? Tell me about this message that you're giving me. A Capricorn. So there's a Capricorn somewhere. 2121, whose search history right now. Now, if this is going to be a Capricorn specifically for some of you, but for like generally, this is just people who were in this energy and were looking up shit online they shouldn't have been. I don't even want to get into it because I don't know about it, so I'm not even going to come up with suggestions, right? Because I don't even know, but I know that there's people who were looking up shit and how to get rid of shit and how to get away with shit, and you're all just stupid as shit. Especially these people who think that this dark web and these what do you think, that these browsers now, that they can't trace your shit? You're stupid. There's nothing that can't be traced. Tell me about this devil, please. This Capricorn, definitely. Yeah, they're past. Something possibly with a child. Oh, there's child energy here. Moms and dads out there, yeah, this could be somebody's mother or a father or something that wind up their search history is going to show in the past that they were looking up shit that had to do with children. We notice you're here every week, so this could be something that they did repetitively, where they're not going to be able to say, yo, it was one time I just looked at something, and they're going to be like, nah, motherfucker, this is like 3-4 times a week you've been looking this shit up. Ugh. Tell me more. Yeah, look at this shit with the 7 of Swords and... Come on, man. 7 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. I mean, this is... First off, this is someone that's soulless and just very sneaky. This is some sneaky shit here. I think that when this comes out about what this person was searching, they could have been doing this at work through a work computer or yeah, that's what they're doing. The strangest. They were looking up some strange shit here, whoever this Capricorn is, specifically. This could be a coach. For somebody, it could be a coach. This could be a coach that's at a school or something. That's seen as like a legend or something. That somebody looked up to, man. It's going to be real disappointing for people because I feel like modern technology is a daddy's little girl. Rail. I don't know what that is. Let me see what else they got here. Rail. This is definitely something at work. They did this. It's his son. So it could be somebody's son that's been doing this. They're talking about your dad. Oh, wait. It's a dude. It's definitely a dude. Is a daddy's little girl. So that's probably what they were looking for. The more they come, the more they fall. So this would be somebody that came for you, for one of you. They came for you and they got exposed for something that they were looking up online. They were searching in their search engine. It's a coach. This ain't gonna be for everybody, but this dude is a coach. That's why the mentor card came out first too. I mean, I told you guys, I always want to make this like a positive message, but I don't get this shit. And the reason I don't get the shit like other readers do, not all of you steal shit, but the ones who actually get the messages, you're supposed to put this shit out there because there's a lot being hidden about how ugly this world is. And there's people who were sitting ducks and kids who were sitting ducks. And we won't have it. We just don't accept the shit. So the lives of those kids. Yo, there's a coach somewhere that was supposed to be a mentor. They offer a little bit too much love. You feel me? Let me get some letters here. Is this, I don't know, is this a coach for one of your this may be a coach for one of your child's school? Or this is just somebody that came for one of you and now they're getting exposed for being a little too hands-on. This is weird. Sweet child of mine. Yeah, there's a lot about childs here. Child, daddy's little girl, page of cups, 6 of cups. There's definitely something here with children. HVO. Vegetable oil? I don't really feel like, is that what it is? Hydrogenated vegetable oil? Hold on a second. Choose wisely. I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely, he said. Yeah, somebody chose very unwisely here. I command the truth, please. Today is October 6, 2022. Thank you. Can you clear that, please? Can you clear that? Is this hydrogenated vegetable oil? Can you clear that, please? Can you clear that, please? Is this something sick, like sexual, that they're going to find out about somebody here? I'm done. I want to get out of this. I don't know. They may. I don't know if they were looking something up about that with something else. I just don't want to be in this energy anymore. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And for the reader who's clearly you're Steven. Oh boy, someone's name could be Steven. Rail, landing, and Steven. So, I mean, you put that however you feel like it, okay? We're just going to keep going. But for the reader who's clearly getting worse with your meth addiction, you're not going to be able to read the cards at all eventually. And this would actually be your karma for not being honest with your subscribers and for going backwards on your journey and literally reading your own energy. And for those of us who understand it, we sit there. I do listen because I'm in shock that you don't realize or that you could even keep going at this point. But I guess this would be your karma, is that you're not going to be able to stop and you're going to get worse and worse. And people are literally watching you at this point just to see how bad it's getting. I just don't I mean, it's so blatantly obvious to those of us. Loan. Excuse me. Yeah, do you know what's crazy? Is like, I'm totally healthy. I have no cough issues or not. But the second I started talking about that reader who's smoking meth, I breathed in and it felt like I literally, like how I used to feel when I was smoking it. Like my lungs are crystallized, like I'm waterlogged. That's crazy that they just did that to me. Yeah, you thinking that because you're smoking this shit that it's not going to be as bad. I'm telling you, that's what I did and my whole life went to shit. So you can, you know what I mean? I'm actually a real healer. I'm a real one. I don't just claim to be that on my channel. I'm here to heal you too. Yeah, there's going to be some light brought to this shit, no doubt. Why the 19 could be relevant? Why is this light here? Light and prosperity begins. So this is for you guys who are doing the right thing. You stayed in the light. For those of you who didn't go to the dark, like your ops did, like a lot of these readers did. Well, some of them were already in the dark. I think it's crazy. Like every time, like my guides will put some crazy shit on my timeline, like readers I've never, or just channels I've never heard of. Now all of a sudden people want to start putting Heyokas and shit in that shit. You get karma for that because you're misleading people. There's 144,000, so you better be that bad of a motherfucker. You better be that special of a person. Like your personality better be one of those that stick out. And when I watch your video and you bore the shit out of me within 15 seconds, I know you're lying. Plus, my pendulum tells me that you're lying. Real Heyokas, I said this before, I just said this earlier, but I'm going to say it again. Real Heyokas who are 100% awakened, we don't believe in a God because we understand that we actually are gods. Okay, so let's just see what's up with this. So light, prosperity begins. Do whatever it takes. Uses religion to lure people. Oh. You know, every time I want to go to a positive message, my guys are like, nah, bitch, not yet. Not yet. So these are people who claim to be in the light, I guess. Now the whole message, that's why I use these, because you could really just, first off, you can only give the same messages over and over and over again with cards. You know, you have to write some shit down what's going on in the world right now. I mean, or you're just going to keep repeating the same mundane message over and over and over again. These people who claim to be in the light, and they do it for money. This could be the type of people with these get-rich-quick schemes, or, you know, these could be super churches, stuff like that. You know, people who use this shit to lure people to get trafficked. Whatever it takes, you know I'm down for the ride. Tell me about this uses religion to lure people, please. There's light being, these people are being exposed, too, for being scammers, as well as what I see. These people who use God and Jesus and these fake ass, that's the false idols. Ain't that some shit? You had the false idol. You false idol. I don't know who all these other gods are that you're praying to. Gods and goddesses, bitch. You're the one who's actually praying to a false idol, huh? Ain't that some shit? That's what I'm saying. Be careful what these people say. Army uses religion to lure people. That looks like luring. Come here, come on. Not realizing the unknown, not knowing where they're going. This is like a mother and a child, a mother and a child in that thing. The prophecy be something great. Yeah, prophecy. This could be part of prophecy, is that these people, these religious people who idolize this false god, this shit is being exposed. That religion was just, it's literally a multi-billion wife. A multi-billion-dollar corporation. Religion alone and Catholicism brings in more money than the top 3 gas and fuel companies combined. Look it up. That don't seem godly. Why the fuck would they make all this money and the people following this God and this doctrine are content with breadcrumbs? Because, I mean, we know someone died for our sins, you know? So we should just be struggling. Of course it makes sense that I would just be born to struggle and worship another person. And I should be okay and just grateful for every little thing I have. Now listen, I am grateful for the little shit I have, but that's not where my life stops. Religion will make you think that, you should be just getting by, while the people who claim to be speaking for this false ass God have mansions and gold-plated toilets and shit. Get out of here, man. What does that tell you about this God? Wife, army and wife. Army wife? So one of you could be an army wife, and this could be for you. And I hate to see you waiting. Yeah, these people will just keep you waiting. This religious shit, they just keep you waiting. Waiting and waiting and waiting for what? Waiting for some kind of savior to come down. Well, I mean, we're about 100 million kids deep into trafficking at this point. Where is this savior? You're listening to one. And if you're listening and you understand what I'm saying, then you're one as well. We came here to save ourselves and save everybody else. There is no motherfucker coming down. Keep you waiting. Waiting for what? Waiting for revelation? Huh? Waiting? Just waiting. I've been waiting. Yeah, we're not waiting anymore. Our eyes and our common sense is telling us that ain't nothing happening, huh? So maybe we got to make shit happen. So what's that? Tell me more about this uses religion. Yeah, they lure people that are going through struggle. Come here, look at, yeah, come here. Nail, hit the nail on the head. Thank you. Come here. Look, I know, look, you look lost. You look lost, like you have no direction and shit, right? I know it's a struggle. Come here to our church, or come here to our cult or our covenant. You'll have complete happiness. Shit. What's nail and cook? That can mean something to you guys. All right. This is all coming out, though. What more can you tell me about these groups, these religious groups, these Waco type motherfuckers, these cults, these covens, these you're a sinner, kneel on rice, and shut up. You kneel on rice. I can't stand it. They make me ill. It makes me angry because they use this God thing to just do really dirty shit in the name of ambition and transition. Maybe this is you guys that, you know, you have more ambition than this. Like, I don't want to just be involved in this God thing. I don't like the religious thing. I don't like the church. It's awful to me. Like, it don't seem right. It don't seem right. Whatever you're listening to, whatever you're involved in, whatever you're eating, watching, whatever, how does it feel in your spirit when you're listening to it? When you're listening to people even talking about God? Eventually, there's going to be so many layers lift off of your eyes and your ears that even these people that have used their entire channels to talk about God and incorporate this bullshit belief that they don't even believe in, you're going to now hear them in a different way. And this is how they get trapped up in their own bullshit lies. When you're truly awakened and your senses are on 1,000, these people who claim to be awakened but still talking about a God outside of themselves, you're going to sense, you're going to feel the disingenuine energy coming from them. Complete. What is this? Complete. Hopefully it's a cycle. Complete. It's over. Skin and bones with big bones. Tell me more. Tell me more, please. MC. I don't know if it's MC or CM. Let's find out before I go any further. Starve. What's this shit? Huh? Complete and starve. Well, I mean, that could literally be that they just wanted to starve you of information about who you really were, but that probably has something to do about these religious people who lure people to be like slaves. Slaves. I saw a Law and Order SVU episode of this dude. It was like a cult family. They had like 9 friggin' kids, and they had kids chained in the basement where they only fed them if they wanted them to eat. It was like nothing but punishment from this God, from Jesus Christ. Punishment. That's all it was. This is what I got to say to you and that. I don't give a fuck what somebody says. This is what I got to say to that whole doctrine with Jesus Christ and this false ass fucking God, huh? I haven't been punished or nothing bad has happened to me yet. I have literally told this supposed fake ass God, come get it. Because I know you don't exist. What is there to be afraid of? Nothing. I command the truth, please. Is this MC? Is this correct? Thank you. The most important part of this message for me, though, it was the beginning of the downloads that I got this morning. That's going to help a lot of you guys heal from a lot of abuse from a child, okay? 3838. So that was the most important part of this. MCU. Life's been good to me so far. Tristan, Chris, and Tristan. That could be Christian together, so put a hell fits. I mean, this could resonate with you guys. Like I said, that's why I keep it up like this in front of you guys. MCU. Marvel Cinematic Universe. How many movies are in the MCU? Oh, that could be them saying that. Oh, so the movies. This is them saying, like, in these movies and these shows, and they force this religious shit, and they show you about these cults. Nobody would ever believe that a cult was actually like Christianity, because Christianity, that's all they do is judge and point fingers at everybody else. Everybody else is a devil worshiper, and they're the good ones, when really everything in this matrix is the opposite and flipped. So what's that tell you? Eventually, you're going to use that as the core of what you're believing now. Everything's flipped. Okay. Why is God spelled backwards dog and devil is lived? Everything's backwards, right? It's like they give it to you. They tell you. It's almost like a scavenger hunt. It's like a puzzle to figure out. And you will. And you're going to have these moments where you're like, how dare she say this? Well, I'm either further along on my journey, or some people are further along than I am, and they know a lot more about this shit than I do. But I know that I'm way past believing in any kind of God outside of myself. 11, I knew that was good. You know what's crazy? Is this whole thing I was thinking about, for some reason what popped into my head was Stranger Things. A lot that the Heyokas, you guys are like 11 in Stranger Things. Okay. Everything, you're going to go by this. This is going to be like the core shit. Let me watch certain movies that seemed crazy and sci-fi, okay? Sci-fi, there's a lot of truth to that shit about you and who you really are and what you are capable of and why the government is so threatened by you. 11. 11 in human form. Where are we at? 41 minutes? I'm actually going to end it there because I don't like it for them to take too long to upload. I really just wanted to talk to you guys about the downloads that I had about your crazy... mentally disturbed parents using you as like a vomit bucket, and why you have and why we went to substance abuse. I mean, when you're constantly being finger pointed at and you see your other siblings not getting the same treatment, what the fuck else do they expect you to do? Of course you're going to start drinking at a young age. Of course you're going to break into your parents' liquor cabinet and start drinking. I mean, shit, this is just what human beings do. Of course you're going to start getting high at a young age, especially if your parents got high and they used you as a scapegoat, like in my situation, especially if your parents, like in my situation, were the first ones ever to smoke pot with you and give you your first pain pills, but then want to point fingers at you later down the road for being an addict. Defense. We're standing up for ourselves, and we're defending ourselves, and we're not allowing ourselves to be beat. We're not allowing ourselves to be bullied or gang stalked by any motherfucking body. Okay? I'm going to start recording all you motherfuckers now. And I got something real smart up my sleeve for some of you punks if you want to keep coming for it. You ain't even going to see this coming. But the shit'll get you locked up. Keep coming for me. We're not taking it. What's this? Defense and within. Yeah, it's within. You had this defense within you the whole time, but when it's your parents and it's people that you love with this trauma bond and this like love bombing, it's really toxic when empaths love the people who abuse them more than they love their own selves. Do you know how many people unfortunately have taken their lives because of this treatment they got from their parents? I mean, there's kids that have taken their lives and they never even look at these parents for as abuse. You never will. And it's not finger pointing and it's not passing the buck like they do, because we take accountability. Yes, I did do this. Yes, I did. Yes, I may have even carried this on to my child, you know. Both parties have to take accountability. And if you have a narcissistic parent, even sociopathic, they will never take accountability, and you carry all of this burden your whole entire life. You are like this your whole entire life. While they now are like happy, you know, this happy family. And why are you the only one that's like this? And then because you're like this and it starts showing in the energy that you're giving off, 4343, it's really easy now for your parents and your mom to go, oh, yeah, why is so-and-so like that? It's because you're abusing me. You don't even realize it when no one's around, bitch or motherfucker. But now what happens is and then they'll say, oh, well, I don't know, you know, they got in trouble, or, you know, the same shit. And the fucked up thing is, I told my dude this morning, how many times has your parent or parents brought up all the bullshit you did at family dysfunctions? It's they just don't let it go. They want to keep throwing it in your face. So it's do you have anything good to say about me at all? Or is it only when it applies to you? The only time they will build you up or even say anything good about you at all is if they have something to do with it. And they can take some kind of like, yeah, in it. It's telling you it's so toxic. The whole world needs to heal from this. The people that are gang stalking you and bullying you, they think anyway, need this healing because they had the same type of upbringing. But it's a choice. Do you choose to accept it, or do you choose to put yourself in an early grave? We're not going nowhere. 44, I love you. And I noticed a lot of other things with these fucking toxic ass tarot readers. Do they tell you that they love you at all? I listen to these people. There's one in particular, Miss Meth Pipe. All she does is sit there and tell you guys about what you say in the comments. And don't tell me this and don't tell me that. Is there any love in you at all? And the more that you smoke that thing, the more that the light in you is going to leave, if there is any in there at all. I don't know. Some of these people, you can be whatever you want behind the camera. You could be whatever you want people to be when you hit play. Please believe me. I don't hear many people even telling people that they love them at all. It's just, how do you feel at the end when you're listening to something? Do you feel empowered? Do you feel like it made a difference in your life in a positive way? Or do you feel like, I'll never get those 40 minutes back again for the rest of my life? Nowhere. Love you.